This is Randy Bell with the Courier podcast, the place to come for the latest Clinton news. Clinton officials will spend 2 more months getting public input on new ward lines before voting on a redistricting plan. The Board of Aldermen was poised to make that decision at its July 5th meeting, but representatives of the NAACP complain that the maps being considered don't adequately represent the city's African American population. They asked the board to delay the vote pending a review of a map the organization has drawn up and possibly other redistricting plans.
Our plan reflects more of the city's demographics.
Local NAACP board member Monica McInnes. Her message to city leaders?
Just be fair and transparent with us as we move forward.
The manager of the Prepared to Vote and Voting Rights Defender Projects and Voting Special Counsel at the NAACP Legal Defense and Educational Fund, Amir Badat, urged the board to create
meaningful opportunities to ensure that all residents' voices are heard and meaningfully included at all stages of the redistricting process.
In an interview later, he said,
hopefully we will have the opportunity now to be able to develop alternative plans. You know, it's not enough just to look at the maps. This is a really technical process. It requires certain types of files. It requires certain types of software that you have to use to really dig in and analyze these maps and how they work and how they impact political power across the entire city.
Badat and McInnes were pleased that the board agreed to hold off on a redistricting decision.
So now we have 2 months, and hopefully that will give us enough time to get the files that we need to have and to be able to do the analyses that we need to be able to do and to develop plans that hopefully reflect the political power of citizens across the city, including black citizens across the city, in a fair and equitable way.
Badat told the board that Clinton's black voting age population is 37%, but noted the city has only one black majority district, Ward 6.
Based on our preliminary analysis, it may be possible and indeed perhaps required for the city of Clinton to draw a second majority black ward.
And in the interview, he said,
what we asked the board to do is just to give us more time to evaluate these numbers, go through the process, be able to provide the results of our analysis to the board for their consideration before adopting these maps. And so we'll go to the drawing board now with the amount of time that we have and see what we can develop.
He's calling on the city to schedule multiple public hearings to get input. Mayor Phil Fisher takes exception to the notion that the city didn't give the community enough opportunity to be involved in the redistricting process.
I resent that they came in and said we tried to pull a fast one.
Fisher says the NAACP understood the process.
Not only were they aware, they had been in my office, and I had explained it to them.
The mayor says the organization's representatives were invited to visit the Central Mississippi Planning and Development District offices to work on redistricting alternatives.
And they didn't show up. The opportunity was there to take part in the process, but to say that somehow we're trying to set this thing up so that they can't be elected is absolutely unfair. It's untrue, and I take great offense to it, personally.
Ward 4 Alderman Chip Wilbank says, regarding redistricting,
this is something we've looked at for ad nauseum. But I'm not sure that we've put it out to where we should have, maybe on some websites and things. And I think it serves us all better to take some time and look at everything and certainly look at their proposal.
Ward 1's Karen Godfrey says the board's redistricting options could have been made more widely available.
We should have done a better job at getting them out to where people could actually see them.
But she agrees with the mayor on some of his points about criticism he considers unfair.
It looks like we're the ones that just came up with this all of a sudden and are pulling one over when the opportunity has been there and it has not been taken.
Robert Chapman says the board's proposed ward maps have been around for the entire 11 months that he's been the Ward 3 alderman.
I understand the appeal to be quick and swift.
But with the city election still 2 years away,
I can understand that other side of the argument of let's give a little bit more due diligence. You can argue that it is due diligence. You can argue that it's dragging our feet.
Chapman says his definition of diversity is
everybody's voice counts the same. Let's all get at one table and all have one voice, and then we can come to a consensus.
I'm Randy Bell.